Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Happy Friday. It is December 16th and a very exciting time because it's the last day of school for a lot of kiddos out there.
That's right. So everybody remain calm. We'll get through this together and then we jump right into the weekend before Christmas. Can you believe it? We're going to talk to Justin, get a forecast in just a moment. But first, let's see how the morning commute is going so far.
The good thing about this is that we are going to see less vehicles out there probably next week because not a lot of folks will be maybe having to head to work or maybe drop the kiddos off at school. So more good news, we should say. But let's get a quick look at what we can expect right now. 35 at Weidner. We did have a problem there earlier, but it looks like that's already wrapped up. 281 there at 1604. Not a bad shot from TransGuide, but if we give you a look here at the map, over on the far east side, we do see a crash reported along I-10 westbound right there at FM 465, and you can notice there's a little bit of red that's building up out there. Now, unfortunately, this is in one of those spots where the TransGuide cameras will not reach or show us the conditions, so just be sure to watch out. I'll keep a close eye on it on our map. But wide look of the metropolitan area and that bird's eye view, lots of green out there, so there's some good news. But of course, we still have a little bit of slowdown there along 35 southbound as you're traveling in from New Braunfels, so just be prepared for that. That's always expected at this time, but the commute is dwindling down. Let's get one last look around town. 281 at the Quarry, 410 at McCullough. Not a bad shot, but it does look like you will need to use some sunglasses a little bit later today, guys.
Thank you, Stephen. And we're getting off to a chilly start, but not as cold as it has been. Not as cold as the last couple of mornings. Temperatures now in the 40s. We've got some clouds starting to shift in. And as we head into the weekend, it's going to be a mild weekend. We'll see temperatures in the 50s, I think, both days. So let's look at the numbers right now. If you're headed outside, could be somewhat of a jacket morning, I suppose. But again, it's not like yesterday where we were in the 30s. We got 54 right now at the airport, 38 Comfort, 40 in Kerrville, 43 in Bandera. One change, we do have some clouds trying to move in, and those clouds build today. We'll see more clouds by the afternoon, and certainly as we go into tonight. Okay, the pollen count just came in, and it's good news. Mountain Cedar's dropped considerably. It's down to 50. It's in the low category. Molds are low at 320. We're going to get some gusty winds later this afternoon. We'll see what that does to the numbers if it kicks them back up by tomorrow. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. We're going to call for partly to mostly cloudy skies this morning and then certainly mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. In fact, things may thicken up, clouds may thicken up as we head later into today. Temperatures up around 62 or so, and there are those gusty northeasterly winds that kick in anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. We will add in some very small rain chances as we get into tonight. Not a big deal, though. It's just a couple sprinkles. Your evening plans should be fine. We'll talk much more about the weekend and look ahead to the week of Christmas coming up here in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
Russia carrying out new missile strikes on Ukraine, leaving some cities without electricity. Critical infrastructure in several areas were hit. This is just the latest in a series of missile strikes since October.
Hospitals are feeling strained fighting the so-called triple-demic. The federal government says COVID-19 cases are increasing and at least 90% of the country. Those numbers prompting the White House to once again offer free at-home testing kits to all Americans. But now health officials are growing more worried of a new threat from Strep A emerging parts of the country.
5 law enforcement officers in Louisiana indicted in the death of 49-year-old Ronald Green. Green died during an arrest in May of 2019. Originally, police said he had died in a car crash after a police chase, but body cam video of the incident shows the officers kicking, punching, and using a taser on Green, who was unarmed.
A deadly storm that's been crossing the country all week, now taking aim at the northeast with snow, ice, and rain. It comes as the holiday travel rush kicks off today with a massive storm impacting millions of Americans. If you have flights out to the northeast, make sure to check the airline's website in case there are any delays or cancellations.
A federal judge here in Texas is preserving one immigration measure as another is set to end. The so-called Remain in Mexico policy prevents migrants seeking asylum from waiting in the U.S. during that process. Meanwhile, Title 42 is scheduled to end next Wednesday. It largely bars asylum seeking at the southern border, citing public health. 19 Republican-led states have asked an appeals court to keep Title 42 in place and asked the panel to intervene no later than today.
The U.S. immigration court system's backlog is at an all-time high. An analysis found there are more than 2 million cases pending. A large portion of these are for people seeking asylum. Wait time for hearing on those claims is now about 4.3 years. According to the analysis, immigration courts have increased the pace of hearings, but it still can't keep up with the influx of new case filings.
A bill to keep the government funded through next Friday is heading to the president's desk to be signed into law. That's after the Senate and House approved the deal, preventing a government shutdown this week. Top negotiators in both chambers expressed optimism about a framework for a full year of government funding. They believe a shutdown can be avoided, but there's very little room for error given the tight timeline before year's end.
Some encouraging news for home buyers. Mortgage interest rates have dropped for the 5th straight week. The average rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage is now 6.31%. That is down 0.2% from a week ago. But it's still more than double what mortgage rates were a year ago when they stood at 3.1%.
Signs of a slowing economy. U.S. retail sales and manufacturing weakened last month. Retail spending down 0.6%, the biggest drop of the year. Manufacturing also off 0.6%, the first decline since June. This as the Fed keeps up its fight against inflation, raising interest rates again this week and signaling more are to come. And that's today's 9 at 9.
In the morning headlines, thousands of government documents related to John F. Kennedy's assassination have been released to the public.
Plus, a candy cane lane comes to life and has even more of a special meaning for this year with the family behind it. RJ Marcus joins us now with all of these stories. Good morning to you.
Hey,
Yeah,
RJ.
guys. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Friday morning, everybody. Yeah, there's some impressive light displays and candy cane displays that obviously have a little bit more meaning this year. So we'll talk about that here in just a bit. But first of all, the CIA announcing today that it has released all of its documents involving the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. So the National Archives released nearly 13,000 government documents related to JFK's assassination. Kennedy was shot and killed in Dallas on November 22nd back in 1963. And Congress passed legislation in 1992 requiring the release of all remaining government records about that assassination. They gave the original deadline of 2017, but over the past few years, presidents have extended that deadline. While this is now the largest release of files from the National Archives collection since 2018, President Joe Biden also ordered the remaining records to be publicly released by June 2023. Now, for its part, the CIA is reporting that 95% of its records related to JFK have now been made public. Been hearing for a long time about these records, so hopefully we get a little bit more information there. Well, moving on here to some other news and moving into the sporting world, the stage is set for the World Cup final this Sunday in Qatar. France is looking to become the first nation to win back-to-back finals since 1962, while Argentina superstar Lionel Messi is hoping to cement himself as one of the all-time greats. You see Messi right there behind me, and bring the cup back to South America. So with this match, Messi will set the FIFA record for the most number of games played in a men's World Cup competition at 26. Remember, he started playing the World Cup when he was like 16, 18, so he's been like in 4 or 5 of these. Now, earlier in the tournament, he scored his 11th goal. We saw that right there, the most ever for an Argentinian player. Now, France won the World Cup 4 years ago and also won back in 1998 when they hosted the event. This match will kick off Sunday at 9 a.m. in the morning, our time. So, got to get up a little bit early Sunday morning to check that out. Now, we do have a third place match as well. That's Croatia taking on Morocco. That's taking place tomorrow. And then there we have the final there. Argentina versus France, definitely a powerhouse matchup in the world of soccer. Okay, guys, well, it is the season of giving, and that has multiple meanings for a Minnesota man. You see him right here behind me. Marlon Bacon has been making decorative candy canes for his neighbors, turning the streets into a candy cane lane. So he's been doing this for years, making these giant candy canes for 20 years using tape, lights, and a lot of PVC pipe. And it was just a way to kind of meet his neighbors and kind of pay it forward. But over the years, Marlon and his wife Lori have made over 2,500 candy canes. But this year, it's become more challenging. Marlon was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and that has affected his hands and his voice. But this is what he loves to do, and he says that that's not going to let him slow him down.
Are you surprised this took off the way it did?
I think we both were.
I'm getting frustrated with 2 different things. I can't do them at the same time.
Marlon, as long as you can do this, you'll continue to do this, right?
That's the plan.
All right, and you heard Marlon there and the reporter asking him questions. So Marlon and Lori will still make 250 candy canes this year, and they do not make any money off of doing this. The only thing they do is charge for the cost of materials, and they give them to their neighbors, and they set them up outside their hearts in the driveways or in the parking lot. So pretty cool things going on there, and good for Marlon to continue moving on here. All right, moving on to, it's kind of a similar story here. An Iowa man has been putting up a Christmas lights display for about 10 years now, and the last 4 years have included animated lights that are synced up to music. But last year was the first year, you see these lights behind me there, he started to use his display to raise awareness for suicide after losing a loved one. Gary Hohn's display is called Driftwood Lights, and all of the hard work comes with a special mission to raise money for a group that walks each September to raise awareness for suicide prevention. Now, Gary Hohn started this fundraiser last year after losing his brother-in-law. He raised $600 last year for a Hope Walk that takes place again in September, and his goal this year is to raise $1,000.
It means a lot just to help the community. I like bringing smiles to people's faces, and synchronized lights is just a hobby that I can put a smile on a family's face for coming out and enjoying a free show.
All right, so Hohn's display will be up until January 8th. And again, this Hope Walk taking place in September. 40,000 lights, guys, that he puts up. He says it takes him about a month to do so, but definitely for a good cause this year.
I could have sworn we did a story or two on this guy during the pandemic.
Ah, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah. A lot of different
displays.
ideas and displays that came up
Yeah.
during the pandemic. This one continuing on. So good for those neighbors there, and good for him to raise awareness for that.
Amen.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks.
RJ, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
9:09, 53 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9 on your Friday.
The UTSA Roadrunners are getting ready for their bowl game today in Florida. RJ's going to come back, and he's going to talk with us later in the show to give us a preview of the matchup. Plus,
good morning, y'all. There's an educational center near downtown where you can learn all about Texas Longhorns, the impact it's having in our community and students. Next.
And for alums like Steph, I'm sure you thought those Longhorns were adorable.
yes, of course.
All right, today is the last day to drop off a new pair of shoes or new socks for the Share the Shoes campaign. All the donations go to Zapatos, which works with schools to get them to the kids that need them. Drop them off at any of the locations on your screen. Those are SABD substations. And thank you to everybody who has already donated to the Share the Shoes campaign. We'll be right back. It's not too early to talk rodeo, right?
No.
Well, San Antonio's home to Texas icons, two Longhorns who have found a home near downtown.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo's Bovine Education Center with the impact it's having on students and the community. I love your hat. Good morning.
Good morning. And Mark, it's not too early to talk about rodeo. Rodeo, we live and breathe it here in San Antonio all year long. And I have some special San Antonio residents here. We have Alamo, 8 years old, and he was born in Kingsville. Buck, 11 years old, and he was born in Sabinal, but was raised in Concan. These two Texas Longhorns live at the Bovine Education Center that just opened up in September. We have Cody Tharp, who is the operations director in charge of this center. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Talk to us about these two beauties.
Yeah, you bet. Just like you mentioned, Buck and Alamo here donated to us by some wonderful ranches and owners. And Buck, just like you mentioned, is going on about 11, 12 years old. Alamo over there on the backside is going on 7, 8 years old. And we really enjoy having these guys out here with us. Buck here, the red one, is more of a typical solid colored Longhorn that you would have seen back in the 1800s in the heyday of the Longhorn. And Alamo is kind of just a more modern type looking Longhorn with really widespread horns that are about 7.5, 8 foot long.
What is the reaction when the students and community members come here and see them for the first time?
Oh, it's just great seeing those kids for the first time come out here with their eyes wide open and be able to get to see these great Longhorns live and in person. When you're seeing these guys up close and in person, they really get a great feeling and know that they're seeing these guys, and they really get an idea of of how big they are and their personalities.
And what would you say is the mission of the center?
So the mission as part of the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is to educate the youth of Texas and spread the word of agriculture to youth and adults alike. So having these kids come out here and teaching them a little bit what it takes to manage these guys on a daily basis spreads the word of agriculture to the youth of Texas.
Amazing. Well, we're going to have more on them coming up on the noon show, and where you can see them at next year's San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Have fun out there.
Thank you, Tiffany. All right, back outside with live cam. Jackets required right now, warming up a little bit this morning. We saw clouds trickle back in early this morning, right around sunrise. Where are we at, Justin?
Kind of same situation. Sun's still out in spots, but we're starting to see a little more cloud cover. And that cloud cover thickens up as we go throughout the course of today. We're going to see quite a bit of cloud cover over the weekend, too, so that keeps us pretty cool. Let's go back outside for you live, and we'll show you the scene there over the airport and give you the temperature. It's 54. Dew point is at 46. So that number's up just a little bit with northeasterly winds around 5 miles per hour, but it does come back down. We get a front today, and we'll see the winds kick up as well as this front comes through. So there's a look at the cloud cover. We've got some high clouds. We've got some low clouds, and all of them are trying to build. So that's why I think clouds will become a little more prevalent later today. 49 degrees right now in New Braunfels, 40 Kerrville, 55 in Hondo, 55 Pleasanton. Again, 54 at the airport, mainly mid-50s, mid to low 50s here around San Antonio, with a little cooler numbers up around Comfort, Kerrville, and Bandera. Here is the current setup. We do have a frontal boundary, as I mentioned, right about there. A little batch of rain up around the Dallas area, and even some light snow falling over parts of Oklahoma. So this front slides through a little bit later this afternoon. Out ahead of it, we still should manage to make it into the 60s today, I think. It's going to be a pretty nice day, 62 by 2 or 3 o'clock. And then we start to see the numbers fall off a little bit as those northeasterly winds really start to kick up 10 to 15 miles per hour. There is a small chance for a shower or maybe a sprinkle tonight. Not too convinced of it, though. I mean, we're talking less than 20%. So it's nothing really to worry about. I think the bigger story will be the gusty winds. This front kicks those winds up, and we could see some gusts close to 30 miles per hour during the evening hours and into the overnight hours. This is not good because we know what happens with Mountain Cedar. So Mountain Cedar is not high today. I need to update that. It's actually low. We showed you there at the top of the hour. It's dropped down to 50, so not high. But it probably kicks back up again tomorrow, and we'll see those northwesterly north winds, and that will kick up the Mountain Cedar. We'll check in on that count tomorrow. We'll have the latest for you tomorrow morning. Forecast. Yes, clouds build today. Mostly cloudy skies. You'll still see some peaks of sun mixed in there, and then overnight clouds probably thicken up a little bit more. This model does show a couple of light sprinkles out there. Again, nothing we really need to worry about all that much. And then as we get into tomorrow, the big question is, when does the clearing line move through? Probably just after lunch, and then the sun will pop back out tomorrow afternoon, which should make for a decent Saturday, although it will be a little bit cooler than today. So your weekend forecast, 56 tomorrow, cloudy in the morning, and then afternoon clearing. On Sunday, clouds return, so we're back to mostly cloudy on Sunday, and 55. Again, in general, just kind of a cool weekend. As far as Monday goes, we're still looking for some decent rain chances, especially Monday morning. So this is 7 a.m. Some people may be off of work next week, but the morning commute, just a heads up, could be a little bit wet Monday morning. That should pretty quickly move out of here by Monday afternoon with some heavier rain to our east, and then we'll clear out some Tuesday and Wednesday. Then, down the line, we've been talking about this a lot, when does that cold air arrive? Well, we think the first push will be Thursday of next week. Then we'll see a freeze likely around San Antonio. I think this is a pretty good bet at this point. So we want to alert you now if you're planning to head out of town. Just prep some things for a possible freeze down the line. Precip chances are very low, by the way. So this looks like mainly just a cold weather event. How long? Several days. Could be cold through Christmas. We're not talking just bitterly cold temperatures, but it will be a lot colder than what we've experienced so far this season. Just a heads up. 56 Saturday, 55 Sunday. We get cloudy skies Monday, 40% chance of rain, again, mainly in the morning. 58 Tuesday, 56 Wednesdays. Winter officially begins. And then on Thursday, Right now, I'm just saying 40s because I think in the morning we probably start off in the 50s, but that strong cold front that we've been talking about may drop temperatures down into the 40s by the afternoon.
Want to get that precipitation out of here Monday. Dry out quick as we can.
Yes, because I know a lot of people have travel plans next week. And by the way, we'll be updating the travel forecast for you pretty often. So we'll keep you posted. It will be quiet here. That may not necessarily be the case for other parts of the country.
Sure.
That's true. We'll keep an eye on it. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, sir. 9:21, 54 degrees.
December college graduations are underway, and today we are featuring a UTSA graduate. When we come back, she will share what she has planned for after graduation.
As we hit a break, I want to tell you about a performance that's going on this weekend at the Public Theater of San Antonio. A Christmas Carol. The music is back by popular demand, and this weekend's your last chance to catch the show. Performances begin at 7:30 tonight, tomorrow on Sunday. More information is on KSAT.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This morning we're celebrating our best and brightest graduates from across the Alamo City area.
And this morning's spotlight features an amazing scientist and mother who had an interesting road to earning her PhD from UTSA.
Tina Rogers was a high school dropout decades ago when she got pregnant, but a passion for science, a desire to help others, and a loving family helped fuel her path to success.
Earlier this week, she crossed the stage to receive her third UTSA degree, a doctorate in biomedical engineering.
So the favorite part was actually having my children see me. I mean, like, even though I struggled and they saw me struggling, it was just to show them that, you know, even though it is hard and, you know, you may be doubtful, you can do it if you really work at it and put the effort into it.
When we asked Dr. Rogers about her future plans, she said she hopes her research can help others heal and fix what's broken.
The body can be mangled and you can fix it. And it's a beautiful thing for me. So whether it's in research for cancer or it's in developing a device to help the body, prosthetics and or any other kind of device that can help the body heal itself, I'm passionate about all of it. It's just amazing.
Congratulations. She also told us she plans to stay in San Antonio, working as a postdoctorate researching at BAMC.
9:26, 55 degrees. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including one woman who is going viral for her over-the-top Christmas plans for her family, which she has planned each day while the family is on winter break.
Plus, 2 area high school football teams get ready for their big games today, hoping to win state titles. RJ has a breakdown in weekend sports. Sentencing set for February for the man found guilty on all charges of killing a Bexar County Sheriff's Office canine. Only took the jury about 2.5 hours to reach the decision.
Matthew Mireles was on trial for the killing of K-9 officer Chucky. There were 10 charges against Mireles, including evading arrest, interfering with a police service animal, and aggravated assault of a public servant. He now faces up to 25 years to life in prison.
In other news, a new Behind the Kitchen Door report is out.
A northeast side sports bar has a rodent problem, and a west side bar Chinese restaurant racked up health violations during recent inspections.
Tim Gerber goes searching for answers in this week's Behind the Kitchen Door.
Hello, how are you doing? Is there a manager available I could talk to?
After their recent health inspection report, I had some questions for the staff at La Perla del Pacifico Sports Bar located in the 2600 block of Northeast Loop 410. But there was a language barrier.
Do you speak Spanish?
I do not, no.
Okay, es que muy little.
Nobody speaks English? Okay.
I wanted to know why they got another low score on their health inspection. La Perla del Pacifico Sports Bar. I just featured them on BKD back in July when they got a 76. When the inspector visited again on November 14th, he gave them a 77. Food inside the walk-in cooler had to be thrown out because it was out of the required temperature. They also had to toss out rusty, heavily dented cans. Dirty magnetic strips were holding clean knives. The inspector found rodent droppings throughout the business and other signs of rodent activity. A reinspection was ordered. Bombshells located in the 8400 block of Highway 151 fizzled out with a 79. 2 tubs of chicken were thrown out because the cold unit was too warm. The inspector also found food in the cold unit that had been returned by a customer that needed to be removed. An employee was caught picking up raw chicken from the floor with gloves on, but they didn't wash their hands after that. Another was caught touching food with their bare hands. They were also told to hire pest control services to deal with gnats and flies. Beijing Express in the 8,000 block of Marbach earned a 79 and a re-inspection. They had black mold-like substance growing in the ice machine. There was more mold buildup on the pipes and handles of a sink. None of the employees washed their hands once during the inspection, and there were multiple dead roaches, and the back door was found wide open. They were also storing food storage containers on the floor. That's what's happening behind the kitchen door. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
Let's look out there with a live cam. A little chilly, not too bad. 55 degrees out there. Not as much sunshine as yesterday at this time.
I was loving those blue skies yesterday, but they are gone. The clouds have shifted back in, and we're going to see more cloud cover throughout the day. That keeps temperatures down a little bit. And plus, we have a frontal boundary that's moving through. Let's take a look at the numbers across the state. It is not so bad here, but you're going to find some colder numbers up north. 29 Lubbock, 26 in Amarillo. We're at 54. Some 70s as you get down into the valley, so warm down there. But this front, as I said, will push through a little bit later this afternoon. It picks up the wind some, and it does cool us down some for the weekend, too. Numbers across the country, you know what? Not too terrible for mid-December. It's cold, but not bitterly cold. We're still awaiting that colder air, which is coming right out of Siberia. That's going to work its way into Canada and down into the United States as we get into next week. Rain chances. What can you expect? There is a small chance of a sprinkle tonight. Otherwise, not looking for much this weekend. Rain chances do, though, kick up as we get into Monday. 40% chance of some showers, mainly during the morning time there on Monday. Our forecast today, mostly cloudy. Temperatures up around 62 or so. Then we'll go cloudy, mostly cloudy overnight, with some gusty winds out of the northeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Guys.
So it's going to be an action-packed day of Friday football.
UTSA is set for its bowl game today, and two local high schools looking to bring home state titles, one of which we haven't given a lot of love here on GMSA, but RJ is back to kind of set the record straight. We've been so focused on Poth and Bernie.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about the other school in just a moment.
That's right. Those Wimberley Texans are looking for a state title. Yeah, and we will preview that here in just a bit. But first of all, we start with UTSA. We're now just hours away from kickoff there in Orlando from the Duluth Trading Cure Bowl, and of course features our Roadrunners taking on the Troy Trojans. So this is a pretty interesting bowl matchup here. I've been looking at a lot of different analysts, expert opinions. They say this is one of the top 2-3 games aside from the college football playoffs, but because this includes two conference champions here, Troy, the Sun Belt champion, and of course UTSA, the Conference USA champion. Kickoff there in Orlando this afternoon. So UTSA, guys, looking for its first ever bowl win in school history, and Jeff Traylor and the crew there have already accomplished a lot. Frank Harris, record-setting year, record-setting quarterback. He's coming back for another year. But the one thing right now that UTSA missing is that bowl game trophy. And I like the fact that Frank is playing in this game. All of their main guys are playing. Remember, last year they had a couple of guys sit out that were going into the draft. Of course, for them, that was sort of their prerogative to do that. But this year, UTSA has the full roster ready to go. It's been a rough year as far as injuries for the Roadrunners, but they are looking pretty solid here, ranked 22nd, taking on the Troy Trojans, ranked 23rd. And this game kicks off 2 o'clock here, San Antonio time. So go Roadrunners, birds up, go UTSA. We don't want to forget also the University of Incarnate Word, the Cardinals. They're in Fargo right now. Why are they in Fargo? Why would they be in North Dakota? That's because they're there for their first ever trip to the FCS National Semifinals, and they are actually taking on the defending national champion North Dakota State in the Fargo Dome. Actually really like that name there, the Fargo Dome. And this is good because they're playing indoors, because as we just saw from Justin's map right there, I saw it was 7 degrees in Bismarck, and in Fargo, it's supposed to be a low of 10 degrees. So it's going to be very cold, but they're going to be playing indoor. UIW is an underdog by about 9.5 points right now to the Bison. The Cardinals, though, have already made school history on the field. They are 12-1 this year. Again, first time ever that they reached the semifinals of the FCS playoffs, and kickoff there is 6 p.m. our time. So again, UIW taking on North Dakota State. Shout out to the Cardinals. They have done a lot of great work. And by the way, future head coach of Texas State, my Texas State Bobcats, still coaching UIW, G.J. Kinney. So hopefully they could go out making some good noise here or play themselves into the championship game.
Good luck, Cardinals, against that one Bison.
There you go, the Bison in the Fargo Dome. All right, so for the first time in school history, taking a look at some high school action now. The Bernie Greyhounds, look at these guys right here, will be playing for the state championship in Class 4A Division I, and they are taking on another state power here. China Spring is legit. They've been in several state title games, but this is pretty cool. All these championship games taking place at AT&T Stadium, and this one will be held in Arlington today. And again, this is Bernie right here. They have already set school records as well. They were undefeated, 15-0. They're ranked number 1 in our 12's Top 12 Sub 5A poll. And this is after arguably their best game of the season last week when they shut out Chapel Hill in the Alamo Dome Friday. And the same thing, again, China Spring 14-1 right now. This is going to be a pretty close matchup here, but this game, 3 o'clock there at Jerry World, AT&T Stadium. And the team we also wanted to mention here, the Wimberley Texans, yes, they are playing for a UAL state football title as well for the 4th time in school history. And this was after a thrilling 42-36 victory last week against the Cuero Gobblers there at the Dome as well. The Texans are 15-0 this season, and they are 2-1 in previous state finals. They won in 2005 and 2011. They were state finalists in 2019. So Wimberley's been on the map, and they are definitely looking to bring home a state title. They will face Carthage, another state power there. This game as at 11 a.m. in Jerry World. KSAT Sports is there. They will have all the full coverage from the games here today. And we also wanted to mention congrats to the Poth Pirates. They actually lost their game yesterday against Gunter, but state finalists. Congrats to that program as well. And good luck to Bernie and Wimberley. Come on, we need to bring home a state title here to San Antonio area.
Awesome.
It would be great if both of them brought
Absolutely. UTSA, UIW, Bernie, Wimberley. I mean, why would you even want to get up off your couch?
You don't really need to.
Action-packed Friday, guys.
RJ, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
And don't forget, World Cup coming up on Sunday, 9 o'clock, both games. 9:30 to 9, 55 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
The release of the sequel Avatar, The Way of Water, is in theaters today. And still ahead, we're going to get a preview of the long-awaited movie.
And one mom going all out this Christmas with an itinerary for her family. What her children are saying after the post about the plans went viral when we come back. Welcome back, 9:42. No one makes it feel like Christmas more than mom. But is it possible for mom to overdo it?
We'll see. No, but ABC's Wolves Gans found one mom in Iowa who comes close.
Really close.
When it comes to celebrating the holidays, you've got to go in with a plan.
First, we'll make snow angels for 2 hours, and then we'll go ice skating, and then we'll eat a whole roll of Toll House cookie dough as fast as we can, and then, to finish, we'll snuggle.
And one mom in Iowa is making Buddy the Elf look like a slacker.
She's wearing like a jingle bell around her neck right now. She is very into Christmas. There are multiple trees. She's really centered around Christmas. This is her Super Bowl and then some.
Khaled El Khatib sharing Mom's annual Home for the Holidays email. This year's schedule spanning Sunday to Sunday. When Khaled and his younger sisters arrive on the 18th, the schedule says there will be puffed popcorn, Chex Mix, and various candies available for grazing throughout the day, to include jelly beans and peanut M&Ms.
I kind of know what foods they like, but that's why if you saw, they have options in there, because if they need something changed up or if it's not what they want because they had it the last time, then I'm open to those suggestions.
Some days schedules are locked in. Janet says Monday is a work day for all with chili and fresh bread for dinner. Friday, the ladies are getting manicures at 11:30, but other days have options like Thursday. Is there any interest in a bourbon tasting?
I think that's why everyone on the internet is hoping for an invite to Christmas.
I know there's a lot of people that want to be adopted. There's a lot of people that want to stop by. They've offered to bring food and do the dishes.
In fact, more than 140,000 people have liked Khaled's tweet.
I was flying from New York to California for work, and when I landed, I had something like 30,000 notifications.
You're a star. You're an internet celebrity.
And the Christmas Day snack game is strong. Janet's got assorted cheeses, taco dips, smokies wrapped in bacon, and a butterboard with fresh bread on deck. And while the schedule is so fun, Janet says it's really all about creating traditions and spending quality time with her kids, which is why she puts so much effort into it. Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
I think she missed her calling. She could run like a boutique, like
Yes.
Airbnb, not Airbnb, but like a bed and breakfast, right?
It's a whole thing.
Scheduler,
Menu, everything.
A planner.
Now, in all fairness, she did put question marks by the day, so it looks like everything could be moved
I think
around a little bit.
she was open to, some opinions from the family, which is a good thing too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so lots of options.
Everybody
there.
gets a say.
idea.
Yeah.
Looks like fun. Big game today. We just talked about it. UTSA taking on Troy in Orlando. The Duluth Trading Cure Bowl. So let's get you the forecast.
That's quite a pass, Justin. All the way east over the Gulf of Mexico.
An arm, huh?
Or kick. This was a kick.
Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. 68 degrees at kickoff. Should be beautiful there in Orlando for this game. I'm excited for it. UTSA's got a heck of an offense. Troy's got a heck of a defense. Should be a good battle, but the weather is not going to be an issue as they play out that game there in Orlando. Good luck to the Roadrunners, by the way. We go outside for you here. We've got some blue skies starting to show up. Clouds off and on. We're going to see partly cloudy skies, I think, through the lunch hour, and then it'll increase a little bit more. The cloud cover will by the afternoon. 54 degrees right now. Dew point is at 46. Northeasterly winds at about 5 miles per hour. In the forecast temperatures this afternoon, you're going to see kind of a range. Cooler numbers up to the north, warmer numbers down to the south because we have a frontal boundary that'll be shifting through. But here in San Antonio, we're thinking low to mid 60s, and then maybe even near 70 in a few spots down to the south, and then 50s potentially for the hill country. So that's kind of the difference that front makes today. And it will also bring the gusty winds as it moves through this evening. So if you have plans to be out and about tonight, know that it is going to be a little blustery at times, winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour perhaps this evening, and that's that northerly wind that'll be kicking in. Hopefully that does not kick up Cedar a lot as we get into tomorrow. There's the satellite picture. You see the scattering of clouds. Just don't have a great view of it just yet because it's the visible satellite. We're still waiting for a little more light here, but you get the general idea. A lot more clouds there across northeast Texas with some showers developing there, but that's moving away from us. And then you see all the snow up across the northern tier states and the Great Lakes, and this has just been a ton of snow, feet of snow, in fact, in parts of Minnesota. Very, very heavy at times, and then there's some pretty heavy snow going on across parts of New York. So this is, if there's going to be any travel delays or travel issues today, it's going to be up here. Most of the rest of the country is doing okay. Our forecast, again, calls for more clouds later today. As far as rain goes, this model wants to show a couple of light showers here and there. I just don't think we see much, maybe a sprinkle tonight. But I'm hard-pressed to even put that in the forecast because I think it's mainly just going to be clouds and, again, those gusty winds. And then the other question tomorrow will be, when do these clouds clear? I think the clearing line tries to come through San Antonio by the afternoon. So the sun reappears Saturday, and then clouds come right back in on Sunday. So in general, the weekend's going to be fairly cloudy. 56 degrees tomorrow, 35, by the way, Sunday morning. So a very chilly start, 55 Sunday afternoon with clouds back in the forecast. And that sets the stage for Monday, where we are looking for a pretty decent chance of rain. So as we get towards, say, 7 a.m. Monday morning, I think we'll have some decent coverage. Now, this is kind of a broad brush here with the model, but about a 40% chance of seeing some showers. This probably goes through about noontime, and then the rain will shift out by Monday afternoon. Then the sun reappears Tuesday and Wednesday, and temperatures stay fairly mild. So then we start to look to the next storm system, which is more or less a cold air push. And this has kind of been the big story, right? You've probably heard quite a bit about it. Well, the latest, we think that this push of cold air arrives Thursday of next week. When it does, temperatures will tumble. We think a freeze is likely here in San Antonio. We want to tell you about that now so you can start making preps. We don't know that it will be bitterly, bitterly cold, but we want to prep for the potential of freezing temperatures even here in town. Precip chances are very low, so we're not going to worry about that too much right now. How long will this cold air stick around? Several days. It will be cold over Christmas, which a lot of people are excited about. We'll go mid-50s this weekend, as we said, 56 Monday with that chance of rain, mid-50s Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday is that transition day as that front comes through. I would imagine temperatures are going to tumble, but we'll have to get a little closer to get more specific on the forecasts, but probably 40s by the afternoon.
It's going to be cold.
It will be.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens after that, but I'll have to wait, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to continue to update that forecast. We're pouring through the models every time they come in, so we'll have frequent updates, especially on the KSAT weather app.
Sounds good. I'm going to try to finish the series with you and Meghan Markle this weekend on Netflix. Thank you, Justin. 9:50 and 56 degrees.
When we come back, a preview of the highly anticipated sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water.
Hey, today is a many Avatar fans have been waiting for, the release of the sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water.
CNN's Rick Damigella gives us a preview of the movie.
I hear her heartbeat. She's so close.
13 years after James Cameron's Avatar transported movie audiences to the planet Pandora, the sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water, is arriving in theaters.
So what does her heartbeat sound like? Mighty.
At the film's London premiere, the cast talked about their experiences making the long-awaited sequel.
It was emotional, actually. That's a good word to use. It was exciting. It was also very scary because obviously Jim had, raised the stakes for himself. That meant that everybody, was going to have a brand new challenge to have to deal with.
The way of water connects all things. Before your birth, and after your death.
It's very exciting, Look, this took a long time because it's a labor of love. It's not necessarily just movie making. There's been someone involved since 2009 on. I think we were still doing performance capture scenes earlier this year. So, now we get to share it and hopefully it connects.
The most incredible experience, an experience really more than a movie, because you're just completely immersed from second one, and I wouldn't even bother to buy popcorn because you're going to completely forget about it right away.
This is our home!
I need you with me, and I need you to be strong.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Getting awesome reviews.
I know, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow, also pretty cool, on GMSA. If you haven't had a chance to take a drive through Windcrest to check out those Christmas lights, our Sarah Costa is going to take us through that neighborhood.
From moving mariachi mannequins to synchronized Christmas lights to music, Sarah's going to use some of her favorite Christmas light displays. So tune in tomorrow, GMSA morning, tomorrow morning from 6 to 7, and again from 8 to 10 for an update on the wonderful lights out in Windcrest.
Always incredible, but plan accordingly because there will be lines. So know that
that's true. Yes,
but
that's
it is worth it. It is worth it. 62 degrees as we get into the afternoon. We're already up to 59, but we're going to have a frontal boundary coming through, so the winds kick up this evening. Small chance of a sprinkle overnight. 56 tomorrow, 55 Sunday. Best chance of rain comes Monday. Still pretty cool next week, and then much colder by the end of next week.
Looking forward to Christmas weather.
Cold.
Yeah.
Fire in the fireplace.
For sure.
Thank you, Justin.
Thanks for joining us. Happy Friday and have a good weekend.
Yes, have a great weekend. And if you're headed out for the holiday, Merry Christmas.